So today, team, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be talking about the idea of doing disposition for your real estate business. So guys, disposition is an awesome process, and I'm going to show you guys how we structure the pay for somebody who is in the disposition position for your business. This is going to be a part of their scope of work, as well as the amount of money that we compensate to the client who is working this position. So I'll talk to you guys here after the intro. Let's get it.
Gave him something slight, little wisdom for the time. Told the bottom all goodbyes. I'll tell the top that you said hi. Sorry, miss your call, I've been living too much life. Always somewhere high, always somewhere in the sky, always fine, yeah.
You see the leaves fall off, you thought the family tree would die, but these roots run deep below ground zero.
So for all of my people that are new to the business, welcome back to the channel. You already know what's up. There's a fee. If you like this video, share the shit out of it, let your friends know. And for all of my people that, again, if you're not in the business, disposition is the act of selling properties to your investor clients, okay? And so guys, you know, when you're dispositioning a deal, it's a property that you have on contract and you're selling that contract to the buyer. And through the assignment of contract, you are profiting X amount of money. And so for some of you guys that are watching this, you're running the entire operation. That's fine too, but there will come a day when you have to build out this infrastructure that I'm gonna show you guys today to be able to delegate that hat so that you can have more time with your family. And so guys, you know, I love dispositioning. That's probably one of my favorite things to do. I'm big on networking, and it's always fun not talking to a seller. I'm not gonna lie, I love talking to sellers, but at the same time, come on guys, the sellers tell you to go fuck yourself. You know, they tell you to go die in a fire. These are all the things that you deal with on the negotiation side. So eventually you will have an acquisition team. I did a whole video about the acquisition team pay structure. You can click the little thing above my head and I will go ahead and forward you over to that video. Watch that one all the way through before you watch this one, okay? But either way, for all of my people that just do a dispo, this is the infrastructure that we utilize, all right? And so disposition for me is a full-blown 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-part process, okay? And so the idea of what a disposition does for your company is, number one, they create the investor to company relations. That means that if for whatever reason there needs to be some type of communication done, that it is executed through the dispo team. Now it could be one person, 5 people, however you want to do it. I don't know how many deals you do, but if you're doing anywhere between 5 to 10, even 20, one person can handle this volume, okay? And you can have like a VA to assist them or whatever you want to do. Click the link in the link in the comment section below if you are wanting premium virtual assistants who already know this process for your business, okay? And so essentially what we always try to do is accommodate the relationship, okay? When we have a relationship with an investor, we want them to be able to come into the office, meet with our team, tell us exactly what they're buying, and they're gonna give us feedback so that we can narrow down our marketing efforts on the acquisition side and say, hey, Q, these are the types of deals that I like to find. Send me anything that's over $100,000 that needs less than $20,000 in work. And so now, guys, we're creating and reverse wholesaling the idea of what it is to put a property on contract. A lot of people say the most important thing is to put the property on contract. I say that's bullshit. Most important thing is being able to build relationships, okay? If you can do that with your investors, you will be able to create a monsoon of money flowing into your business so that you can acquire more deals. Whether that investor is going to be private money based, or they're gonna help you flip properties, or they're gonna partner with you on deals for an equity position. Think about those relationships and start really honing in on what those relationships can do for you. The disposition should be a representation of the company. So when that investor meets with you, they are meeting with the person who has the deals on contract. You understand? With that being said, the dispo team should be an extension of yourself, all right? The next one, guys, is so important. Whenever we're selling deals, the dispo team should be communicating the feedback with the acquisition squad. So guys, you already know what acquisition is. It's the act of putting a bunch of properties on contract and negotiating, right? We separated the departments into 2 different companies. Our dispo company is called Dispo. If you're needing help moving a deal and you're wanting this process to be completely streamlined for you, we will split the deal with you guys 60-40. Make sure y'all hit us up at dispo.crew@gmail.com. It's DIZPO crew@gmail.com, and we can help you guys out with this. But whatever feedback that we get from our dispo team, they communicate it to the acquisition team so we can know, one, are we over contracting properties? Do we renegotiate our assets? What is the amount of money that this investor is trying to give us for this property? So doing this is going to allow for us to negotiate. Now guys, that's not always on the acquisition, okay? Sometimes the negotiation piece is done for the investor. And so the dispo team is also in charge of driving profits to the sky. With that being said, what we want the dispo team to do is to negotiate the maximum amount of profit that we can make on one property. They are the head of negotiations. And so whenever negotiating starts happening in this part of the industry, we're trying to see how high the buyer's willing to go. And this is going to increase your bottom line. Now, not only is disposition the act of selling deals, so I don't like it when people just put them there and they hand them the buyer's list. That's not how you do it. You see, dispo is dispo. That means that it's never ending. You always want your dispo person to be finding more investors than what you were able to provide for them and creating that Rolodex so that you have a giant freaking list of people who buy properties nationwide, not just locally, so that you can start moving deals on a massive scale. Guys, what's so important about doing that? Number one is you're going to be able to take on more projects. What's going to happen when you find a land and you do not have a development buyer? You don't even know how to educate yourself on it. You see, the disposition guy can invite a land buyer into your office. You could sit down with that person and get educated to communicate that feedback with your acquisition. And then you go into negotiating the piece of land that you acquired. You see, you can't just rely on wholesaling single family if you're trying to do 5 to 10 deals a month. You have to be able to do mobile homes. You have to be able to do land. You have to acquire commercial property. You have to be able to do giant acreage. You have to be able to do multifamily homes, right? There's so many different types of investing plans out there, guys. You have to find investors who can buy this giant amount of inventory, because not every person that you find, especially if you're cold calling on a massive level and you're skip tracing leads and you're doing all the above, someone who's just going to buy single family. That's not what you want. You want somebody who's diversified, who can do more than just buy houses, okay? And that, my friends, is what Disposition is in charge of. We send them over a list of people who bought property within the last year using the list source hack, which I've done on my channel. Click the little link above my head and watch that video all the way through. Our team, we skip trace that entire list using thedatafleet.com. Also, guys, if you're watching this, use promo code GROUND0 at thedatafleet.com and you'll go ahead and get a discount on skip tracing LLCs. Have your guys cold call them, your disposition team, and start building out your Rolodex, man. Go on Facebook, find more investors, go on Craigslist, network with more investors, bring them in, and start working on your investor to company relations, okay? Because that's gonna go a long way, man. Now, after everything is said and done, our disposition team is in charge of executing the assignment of contract, and then they forward that thing over to the title company. And the title company is going to be the one to process the entire transaction from start to finish, okay? So guys, once the assignment is executed, if there's anything that needs to be renegotiated again, it goes back to this flow chart, okay? So guys, this is literally what a disposition's role should be. If you're watching this, I recommend creating a standard operating procedure on what disposition is for you, and then separating it into departments so that you can start really tackling this thing and know that it is its own business. You know what I'm saying? So guys, I can't tell you how many deals I've done on a national level. We've done deals in Atlanta, Georgia. I've done deals in Baltimore, in Phoenix, Arizona. We've done them in Ohio, Cleveland. That's where I was born. There's so many different places, guys. And because we focus so heavily on what? Creating the Rolodex of investors. I have over 2.3 million investors ready to buy properties, guys. That's the reality of it. I didn't build that thing overnight, okay? That is something that comes from years of being in this industry, but it took the time. It took me 8 years to be able to do that. Start now, and when you get to my age in business, if you're just barely starting this, know that life starts when you open up a business, okay? You're like a brand new person. It's like being born again. If you're watching this and you're barely a couple of years into the game, start building this Rolodex out now so that you can be more resourceful. Now let's move on to the pay structure, guys. For our disposition team, we pay them 8% of the total assignment fee, all right? And now I want them to be able to reverse engineer this process and make more money. So the more money that they bring to the company, the more that I'm willing to pay them on each level. So if they bring $20,000 of revenue, that equates to a $500 bonus. If they bring $30,000 worth of revenue, that is a $1,000 bonus. Every single 10, it increases all the way to their $2,000 that I pay them. Now guys, that is a lot of money for your company. A company that doesn't pay its employees well is a company that is soon going under. Remember that. A company that doesn't pay its employees well is a company that soon goes under. And I don't want that to happen to you guys. If you're making this amount of money, it's imperative that you share the wealth with your people. You gotta ask yourself, can people really be successful working for my company? If you cannot truthfully answer that question, it's time for you to restructure your business because it's all about you, not your employees. That's you operating your business wrong. Reverse engineer this process and take care of your people, and your people will take care of you. You see what I'm saying? And so guys, we like operating on a base pay thing because if I start setting out quotas here, I like reverse engineering the process. So we pay our guys on Dispo a base pay of $2,100 a month plus the 8% commission. There's a bonus bracket for them to be able to rack in more points so that they make more money on the Dispo side. However, because I have them on the base pay, no matter what guys, 3 deals every single month must be sold. If they do not withhold that quota that I am paying them to withhold, we go ahead and we start taking pay cuts out of their monthly commission. This is how you're going to be able to keep employees operating at their highest levels by saying that this is the standard, this is the operation. This is how you're going to be involved with it, and this is what we expect of you. Gradually, guys, this doesn't happen overnight, okay? I fired and hired multiple people in my life, but you get fucking better at it. So, guys, that's our structure for all of my people that are watching, and this is Disposition. If you have any questions at all about this process, make sure you guys join my mastermind at surfacemastermind.com. I go over this thing in detail because even all of these have standard operating procedures of what we expect from the person that is in disposition with our company. So I hope you guys apply this pay structure. Remember guys, fed employees are the best employees that will do the most for your business, okay? Don't forget that. Take care of your people and they take care of you. I'll see you guys in the next one.
I want the check. Check. Ooh. I want the check.